Suki, I'm just taking my own stuff. That was a gift. I wanted you to have it.
I don't want it if we're not going to both use it.
What can be wrong with an innocent girl's trip from Philadelphia to Tallahassee? A lot of strange things might happen when you take a random drive-away car with a mysterious cargo inside of its trunk. Our story starts in 1999 in Philadelphia, with a lonely man nervously waiting for someone at the bar. After he runs out of time, he grabs his suitcase and rushes to leave the place. But a strange person pretending to be a bar worker follows him. The man tries to run away but walks into a dead end. His follower wants the suitcase, and the man's attempts to protect himself don't stop the criminal. He kills the man, takes the suitcase, and flees the scene. Meanwhile, a young woman named Jamie enjoys hooking up with a hot girl, but receives a voicemail from her best friend, Marian, reminding her about their plans for the evening. Marian is an introverted office worker who doesn't like letting strangers into her personal space. When her colleague asks her out on a date, she rejects his invitation and prevents his further attempts to flirt with her. Jamie continues her love games, but receives another call and thinks it is Marian calling again. Alas, it is Jamie's current girlfriend, Suki, who instantly guesses that Jamie is cheating on her. After work, Marian waits for Jamie in a lesbian bar and feels awkward because she clearly doesn't fit in. Jamie shows up on stage and gives a frank performance before a drinking competition. Suki is there too, and she is incredibly mad at Jamie, so she confronts her and hits her ex-girlfriend in the face. Marian consoles Jamie and tells her about her plans to visit her aunt in Tallahassee, and Jamie wants to join Marian on her journey. To save some money, she offers Marian to take a drive-away car from Philadelphia down to Tallahassee. First, the girls go to retrieve Jamie's belongings from Suki's place, where they find Jamie's ex in a very unstable emotional state. Then, they take the drive-away car, which has to be in Tallahassee the next day. But Jamie has other plans and maps out the entire route to their destination, including all the cool lesbian bars, restaurants, and tourist attractions. Meanwhile, a couple of men visit the drive-away auto center and demand the car from Philadelphia to Tallahassee, which Jamie and Marian already took. Now, the center's owner is in huge trouble since the criminals violently beat him up. Marian and Jamie start their journey and make their first stop near the famous lesbian bar called Butter Churn. Jamie wants to help Marian become a more self-confident person and lectures her about how to behave in public places. She keeps pushing Marian, who eventually loses her patience and wants to leave. She understands that Jamie wants what's best for her, decides to get back to their hotel and give Jamie an opportunity to have fun herself. As a result, Jamie comes back to the hotel and brings another girl with her. Marian doesn't want to be a third wheel and leaves them alone. She spends the night reading at the reception, unaware of a dark secret hidden in the trunk of their car. In the morning, Jamie and Marian continue their journey and discuss the details of the previous night. Marian condemns Jamie's depraved behavior and thinks that she should be a little more discreet. However, when they stop to grab some pizza, Jamie instantly meets a soccer team full of hot lesbian girls. Their captain invites Jamie and Marian to their party, and Jamie happily accepts the invitation. Meanwhile, the criminals decide to take matters into their own hands and find the girls who stole their car. Marian and Jamie have fun at the party, where everyone is making out, even including Marian. They play a kissing game where girls have to change partners every couple of minutes. When Marian realizes that she has to kiss Jamie, she gets confused and wants to quit the game. Jamie stops her and persuades Marian that one little kiss would not destroy their friendship. She touches Marian's face and kisses her very gently, making her enjoy the game they play. The criminals pay a visit to Suki, who is not happy to see them. She fights the guys and barely kills one of them. When they ask Suki about Jamie, she agrees to help them and gives them her photo. After being assaulted by Suki and her little dog, the criminals thank her and run away. Kissing Jamie, Marian becomes very excited and gets scared of her own feelings. She cries and leaves the party, leaving Jamie totally confused. While Marian gets stopped by the police on her way to the hotel, Jamie makes out with a girl but realizes that she doesn't want to hook up with her and drives her home. The police officer talks to Marian but doesn't like her tone, so he decides to arrest her. Jamie returns to the hotel and doesn't find Marian there. Marian is sleeping in the police station, having dreams about her childhood. The criminals drive all night to catch the girls and manage to track down their current location. However, they don't reach the place on time since Jamie releases Marian from the police station, and together they head to sunny Florida. Marian thanks Jamie for her help, and Jamie advises her to take things easier. Suddenly, their car breaks down and the girls have to make another stop. Looking for a spare, they open the trunk and find the suitcase and a box with a decapitated human head. The criminals visit the lesbian soccer team and ask about Jamie and Marian. The soccer players treat them very kindly and give them the address they need. The girls think about what to do with the suitcase and decide to open it. Inside, they find something that makes them smile in excitement. They decide not to tell anything to the police yet and rent a room in a new hotel. The criminals follow the soccer team's directions, and of course they find nothing. What is going on? And where are the girls they are looking for? Jamie and Marian take care of the man's head and keep it frozen. They wonder who might need the head and the suitcase and realize that they are both in great danger now. Jamie decides to call Suki, who works in the police, and asks her for help. At first, Suki hesitates, but Jamie persuades her to cooperate. Jamie invites Marian for a romantic dinner and offers to become her sexual partner. She has a lot of experience and tells Marian that she would never regret sleeping with her. Marian realizes that she has romantic feelings for Jamie, agrees to have sex, and kisses her. Back in the hotel room, Marian prepares to make love with Jamie. She takes her clothes off, and after Jamie undresses as well, she pleases Marian in a way nobody did before. Marian feels so good that she falls asleep right after Jamie stops caressing her. Jamie kisses Marian and falls asleep next to her. Marian has another dream about her childhood, but wakes up and sees Jamie satisfying herself with one of the toys from the suitcase. Oh no, why did she do that? Meanwhile, the criminal boss arrives in Tallahassee and waits for his goons with his precious cargo. Marian keeps asking Jamie why she used the toy from the suitcase and thinks it was a terrible mistake. All of a sudden, the criminals burst into their room and threaten them with guns. While Marian and Jamie scream non-stop, the guys take the suitcase, the head, and kidnap the girls to take them to their boss. The boss reveals that one of the toys was left in the girls' hotel and lashes out at his goons. He tells the girls the story about the toys and where they came from. It turns out that many years ago there was a blind but very horny hippie woman who made those toys as reminders of all her lovers. And one of the toys was made for the current Senator, Gary Channel. The whole toy collection settled down in the hands of a famous collector who was killed by the criminals. The suitcase, just like the collector's head, was hidden in the trunk of the car Jamie and Marian used to travel to Tallahassee. Suddenly, one of the criminals goes crazy and kills his friend and their boss. He wants to kill the girls too, but his gun is out of bullets. As he runs away, girls free themselves, take the cargo, and escape. Jamie calls the senator and blackmails him. Marian returns to the hotel and retrieves the missing toy. They enjoy their freedom, finally admitting that they want to be together and passionately make love in the shower. Later that night, they meet with the senator and give him the suitcase in exchange for $1 million. The girls also hand him the head of the collector, which makes him feel really disgusted. Suki and her dog arrive in Tallahassee just in time as the senator tries to kill Jamie, but Suki protects the girls. In front of the public, the senator drops the collector's head on the ground, and Suki's dog happily runs after it. The senator becomes the star of the news since all the newspapers report about his ruined career. The story ends well as Jamie and Marian begin dating, meet Marian's aunt, and start their own love story.